Pisces, hello. This is a reading for you, a general reading for 2021 to see what you can look forward collectively to in the year 2021. So we're going to sort of have a look at, about the last 2020, 2019, what brought you to where you currently are and what's coming towards you. Now, sometimes we do find that when we look at a reading at this particular point in time that it doesn't really resonate, but then you go forward like, maybe a day or two or a week or a month or whatever, and you go like, and then it actually also makes sense. So I suggest that you look at the whole reading. And if it doesn't resonate, you can look at that link down below in the description that says free natal chart. Look at your placements, and then maybe look at a different reading, that has your stronger placements. Maybe if you want to focus on like love or those type of things that you want to see, finance, career, money, whatever. And also in the description is a link for AC Digital Marketing Solutions, which is my best friend that makes my really rocking thumbnails. I mean, how cool is this thumbnail? The 2021 one. It's like, I looked at it, it was like, wow, super, super, super wow, So, the way that we're going to do this reading is I'm going to draw for you a spellcasting oracle card, which is a deck that I bought specifically for these readings. We're going to draw you tarot cards. I'm going to look at that. I'm going to finish off with an oracle card and a message from the universe. So if you want to have the full message, I recommend that you stay put from beginning to end, and we see what we've got for you. All right. For all the beautiful support that I've received from all of you guys, especially through 2020, because 2020 was such a challenging year. It touches my heart so beautifully. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you for your likes and your comments and your shares and your subscriptions and just taking time out of your life for me to share what I love, sharing with you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian. I'm intuitive healer. I practice holistic wellness. I'm also a spiritual regression hypnosis practitioner. And wow. Okay. For those of you that are interested in learning about crystal healing, I recently teamed up with a beautiful international company in creating a course, and I will put it on future videos. I'll put in a link when it is available. It's 32 lessons, and the first 8 lessons are free, so it's quite a good deal. Inspiration. This is your focus for 2021, and I feel, Pisces, that you've been doing so much work on yourself. You've been doing so much work for the collective. You've been giving so much. But, a lot of you were really beginning to struggle in the last couple of months or so. Because, the wonderful thing about Pisces is that you give so much of your love and your shine and your compassion and your beauty of who you are to so many other people. But, you often forget yourself in there. And the way that things were working, because we had this massive, global reset in humanity that was taking place, and it's still busy unfolding, that you had to go within. You had to unlock those emotions. You had to go look at those times when you were overlooking yourself, when you were placing yourself second, maybe from the best of intentions, but you still had to go do, that work, that you had to go look inside and sort of release that inner, goddess or God, divine beauty that you've always been born to be, that a lot of people might have seen in you, and, sometimes you're like, what are you all talking about? And that is so beautiful, because I feel that as we go forward in 2021, that inner work that you've done that might have been very, very challenging to yourself, that maybe sometimes you had to really sort of stand in your power and stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself, and it might have been very challenging to do that sometimes, to choose yourself, to make the decision that was right for you, that others may not approve of, and you had to do that more and more and more, and as you go forward, you'd be very happy to know that you become that beautiful light that just naturally shines, to others. Because when we are in beautiful flow with ourselves inside, we don't have to go out and say, oh, I'm so enlightened, guys, look at how enlightened I am. I mean, come on, I'm so enlightened. And it's just the inner light that shines, and the beautiful thing about it is it reminds others of the natural divinity and beauty that they have always been as well. you know. So it's a really, really incredible thing, and you are doing, you know, it's so wonderful how it's expanding, because you are doing exactly what you were doing, but you're doing it from an even more powerful platform. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're going to use the Gilded Tarot for you. And also in so many ways, it is, you know, I feel that um, there maybe have been people or instances, you know, where you were overlooked. You know, people will be like, you know, we're not going to be with them. They're always so dramatic, and, you know, they're always full of, like, you know, this and this and this and that. And a lot of people are actually turning to your wisdom. You know, they're turning to you. Even, you know, I feel that there might even be really incredible apologies coming up, that people will be like, you know, I'm really sorry. I sort of underestimated you. You know, I didn't know that you had this sort of strength within yourself. Okay. Yep. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So, okay, there's another one, no problem. Oh, lovely. So, yeah, a lot of inner work, you know, especially in the last, I would say 2 years and maybe 6 months. There's a lot of real inner work that needed to be done. A lot of choosing yourself. A lot of you know, gaining clarity about who you really are. You know, it's I feel that for some of you, you know, the definition of who you are, it's sort of, the lines were kind of blurred, you know. If you had to speak about who you really are, and you had to speak about your, you know, sort of like your, you know, tenacity, your true sort of inner strength, yeah, a lot of you didn't realize how the potential for light, for carrying light, for shining light, you know, to be ambassadors for light. Many of you, you know, you may have realized it, but you didn't really realize just the actual amazing impact that you can have on the world, you know. It's like you had, a lot of you really worked on your inner power, you know, building that inner power, building that foundation. And whether that was immersing yourself more in your spiritual practice, you know, maybe taking better care of your body or your health or your personal relationships, it doesn't really matter what it is. But there's a lot of work that went in for you, for many of you, you know, into, you can almost say, stabilizing your life in a healthy way, you know, body, health, money, career, that sort of things, you know. You really placed yourself first, which is such an incredible thing, because for many of you, it's sort of like you were looking for the answer and you couldn't find it, you know. And it's almost like the answer that you're looking for, you know, was really beginning to reveal itself, and you realize that that answer that you were looking for, that answer was you, you know. The missing link in, you know, many of the things that you've been doing, you know, keeping the peace and all those wonderful things, which are really incredible, wonderful, beautiful things. But it's like, for some of you, beginning to realize that, you know, nobody sort of needed to throw you in front of the bus sometimes, because you would just voluntarily jump in front of the bus, you know, for the greatest good of all. And so where you are right now, which is so, so, so wonderful, this is a space where, you know, you're consciously realizing your value and your worth, and you know, your powerful contribution, your possibility. And this just really comes about by you being happy, by you fully embracing the beauty that you are, you know, and coming towards you, especially for those of you that have been searching, you know, be it with love, be it with just sort of like that, you know, whatever it is that gives you that inner sense of meaning, you know. And this could be home, career, you know, whatever. You get into that space where you are getting options, you know. In 2021, you're really getting options, and these are options, it's life options, but it's life options that are within yourself, you know, that sort of fulfills you. So if you maybe move from, say, one job to another job, or one relationship to another, or city or town or whatever, you know, change your course, whatever it is that you are doing, it it serves an outer purpose, and it also gives you a beautiful inner purpose. And you're getting to this point because I feel for many of you, as you're going forward, there's quite a demand on your time. Remember, I was saying earlier on that people that might have overlooked you are suddenly, starting to ask you for, like, can you do this? Can you do that? We'd like to really, we'd appreciate it if you do this and that. And you're getting to a point here, which is so amazing with your overall energy. And this is where you are, and this is what's expanding, where I feel that you're really following or beginning to follow, whether you think of it like that or not, one of the sort of rules that I implemented in my own life, because I could always be such an incredible, like, walkover, like you could just run a mile with me, and it is a very water sign sort of thing, because obviously with you being Pisces and I'm a Cancerian, it is a very water sign sort of thing that you can be very influenced sometimes, by other people's sort of like opinions and messages and stuff like that, and the energy and the work that you've done, this knowing with who you are. It's like, where you will say yes to anything as long as you don't say no to yourself, and that is such a powerful way of living your life, because we don't always realize how many times we are actually saying no to ourselves, and we are placing ourselves second, and then we are asking, why are things not working out for us in life? I'm trying so hard, I'm doing my best, I'm being a good person, and that is really why it happens. But there's a balance coming here for you across, very strong sort of Libra sense of energy. There's also what I love, there's an integration taking place over here, because a lot of times, and I think up until very recently, really, recent years maybe, there's always been an understanding, like, for example, I'm a Pisces, so I'm just a Pisces. But we get into the space where we realize that, everything affects us, and we affect everything, because we're part of everything, and everything is part of us, and the entire universe has always got your back, because there's this beautiful, wonderful source that you are an expression of, that wants you to be successful in this life. And you are beginning to work with that energy in a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way. All right. Let's see, clarifying for you with the Radiant Tarot deck. Actually draw a card for that inspiration that we got for that beautiful oracle card that we got, and I just saw the star as I was shuffling. It didn't come out, but I was seeing it, which is obviously also speaking about universal alignment. There we go, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so sorry, very big cycles coming to an end at the moment. It's very interesting, because it almost feels like you're in this period that is very restful and very calm and very beautiful and very blissful, but in many ways it almost feels like a little bit about being pulled in different directions. It can feel a little bit taxing sometimes when you do have this energy, but things are definitely spinning in a positive direction for you. And it's important to understand that the reason why things are spinning in a positive direction for you is because of you. It's because of what's happening inside. I was explaining to somebody the other day that when you go for a tarot reading, and you're looking for, say for example, you go for love, the tarot reader is always going to tell you, well, not always, but generally going to tell you, that love is available, that there's a beautiful solution available, which may be available right now, or maybe you still need to do some work within yourself. But the reading always comes back to you, because life is your outer world is an expression of what's happening on your inner world. All right, and so in that sense, and I feel that is the value of tarot readings sometimes, really, that they let us know how did we get to where we are, because whatever we did in the past is what created our present, and what we're doing in the present is what we're creating in the future. We're literally creating magic out of thin air every single moment of our life by the process of living. Okay, and I really feel that, as humanity as a whole, we really want to start taking this whole life thing a lot more seriously. And when I say seriously, I don't mean that you make it such a thing that you become all like serious about life. But, that you realize that you've got an impact on how you live your life. And I feel this is what you're doing at the moment, Pisces, which is amazing. There's you going forward, all that work that the universe is acknowledging there, all that work that you've done there in the past, all that really, really lots of work that you put in, that moving forward, that merging forward, that believing in yourself, which might have felt very lonely sometimes, very isolated. But you had something here which I think is very incredible. And a lot of you practice the courage to be brave, because it's not always that easy to be brave. You actually need to be very courageous sometimes in order to be brave. And I feel for many of you, you were really sort of full on heading towards sort of like the dream expression of life. And for many of you, you actually had no idea whether it was actually going to work out or not. You were hoping for the best. You were doing your best. But in many ways, you weren't quite sure. And I feel there was a redefinition of family. And for many of you, you were just stuck. You had no choice. You had to choose yourself. You had to choose a different choice from what you would have chosen before, because the previous choices were just not really sort of eligible for you anymore. Okay. Let's just see one thing for you. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Had to let go. There was a lot of expectations on your shoulders, and some of you just had to say, listen, I'm sorry, from the highest point of love and respect for you, but first and foremost myself, which I forgot sometimes. I'm sorry, I gotta move on. And you chose, for many, I feel that you chose to focus on the most powerful thing that you can focus on if you're going to be that positive contribution for the world, and you got that realization and that clarity that it has to be you. Okay. Which obviously brought you to where you currently are. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You place yourself in full alignment with all the magic at this particular point in time, And it's like you are realizing it and it's unfolding, and know that it's you that brought yourself to this point where you are right now. You are the one that aligned yourself with the current magic that's available, all the opportunities that are available, all the right people that are coming towards you, the right things happening at the right time, the synchronicities, the miracles, whatever you want to call it, the things easing up. Know that you are the one that brought yourself to that, because you want to work with that positive energy, because this is where you got yourself to. Powerful, powerful manifester. Oh my goodness. Wow. Beautiful breakthroughs, universal intervention, divine timing. And this is where you are at the moment. Wow. Beautiful, those of you looking for love, that sense of peace that you're looking for, that calm, it's here for you, and also a beautiful integration taking place for many of you with the twin flame energy. Now, when I say twin flame energy, I'm speaking about, the beautiful divine energy that's within all of us, the divine feminine energy, our heart, our emotions, the divine male energy, our logic, our mind, our sense of reasoning. It is that that sort of like, different parts, coming together, where you might have seen things as, isolated, coming together. That is how you become what you were looking for, for those of you that were looking for love, that were looking for stability. And as you reach that stage, you will see that your life already starts to unfold beautiful in all essences, because the twin flame energy has got, well, not nothing, but it's all about us. It's all about us. It's about sort of lighting up your potential of why you came to this world. And that's happening for you at the moment, and it's wonderful. And you can look forward to beautiful divine intervention here happening for you. The relationship that you have with the world, it really changes. It changes in many wonderful ways, where it's like a positive loop of karma. Everything that you've put out there, some things that you're not even aware of that you put out there, that people come back and like, oh, I'm so grateful for what you said, for what you've done for me, for what you helped me. All right. Now let's look at these parts that are coming towards you as you're moving forward. Okay. There's very repeated Virgo energy in your reading, by the way. Okay, so there's a sense of also, I feel still, instead of being so overly emotional sometimes where everything just throws you, it's also putting some logic into it. Do I really need to feel this emotion? Does it make sense for me? In that sense, I feel that you're unfolding, you're becoming more of yourself. But so you are feeling your feelings, you are being who you are, acknowledging your emotions. But there's also a feeling sometimes of, so this is how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling offended, I'm feeling let down. But do I really need to feel it for 5 days? All right. Um, this is what they said. That is what they said. But does it really define who I am? And I feel that there's a lot of that inner, checking in. Inside where, they say this, they said that, and this is really unfolding for you as you go into 2021, where you keep on getting to those crossbars, these emotional crossbars, because I was wondering what's going on here when I was drawing that card. But it's as you go to those emotional crossbars and you really get to decide, do I want to feel this? Do I actually want to feel this feeling? Or is this more sense of they have got an opinion to feel about me, however they're going to feel about me, they've got an opinion to to whatever badmouth me, but do I really have to get involved in this sort of like emotional sort of drama if I know that it's not the truth? Okay, I'm going to draw you one more card. It's actually really, really powerful, because this is how you grow. By not, I feel that you're becoming more mindful with your energy. That space, that hard work that you've done, that you didn't even know if it was going to pay off, it's paying off more beautifully than you ever imagined that it actually will. There we go, Page of Pentacles for your overall energy. This is divine intervention. This is beauty coming through for you. This is the universe coming through for you. This is solutions coming through for you that they just sort of, pop up. Okay. And if it resonates with you, more than welcome to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's see what we've got for you for an oracle card from the Keepers of the Light. See what the Keepers of the Light have got to say for your message for 2020, and then I'm also going to finish off for you with a direct message from the universe for 2021 for you. Joan of Arc. Beautiful strength, Voice of Truth. And it says, stand strong, focus on your purpose. Which I feel really in your sense, it's very much essential, but it's, it's a beautiful all-inclusive essential. You're on your path and you positively impact others by sometimes not even thinking about it. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Your divine inner beautiful truth of, who you are. Let's see what we've got for you from the universe. Oh, I feel 2021 is going to be a good year for you. That's going to be an amazing, spectacular year. Wow. All that work that you've done, And some of you, it was a tough year. It was a really tough year. There was a lot of, suffering in silence, crying on your own. Also very important message for you really here from your first card, from the, from the universe. So 8 of Cups in reverse. You've got the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 8 of Pentacles. And for especially for those of you that feel that you still need to walk away from something, that you still need to heal from something, you are actually perfectly where you are meant to be. Sometimes when we are in the process of releasing the past and moving over to a next phase, we feel that we still need to do something, but this is more an allowing space, as you still have those last bits of difficult things that you're struggling with, tears that you cry, loneliness that you feel sometimes. It's by feeling that emotion and not trying to not feel it, and not be you, that the light starts to shine through this beautiful helping hands coming through for you, and especially a beautiful balance here with money, with life, with career, with health, with the outer world, the things that we need to live life. There's a lot of those beautiful things sort of lining up for you and working out for you in really incredible ways, where your life continues to get better all the time. And it's by realizing that you've already arrived, that you're already divine, that you're already beautiful. It's all the work that you've done, all the chances that you gave yourself in this past year and a half, that brought you to where you currently are. And where you currently are is so beautiful. And as you go forward and as you get into those sort of like, crossroads or fork in the road and you don't know which way to go, always listen to your heart. Your heart will never lead you wrong. Okay? So may you have the most beautiful, beautiful 2021. May it be the most beautiful year of your life. And so it is. Namaste.